What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, the iconic Sony Walkman is about to make its return. But before we get into that, let's talk about its history, why it still has a place in our hearts, in our minds, and why a company like Sony would even have the urge to put it back on the marketplace. So the very first Sony Walkman cassette player that came out, it was designed because Sony co-founder Masaru Ibuka just wanted a means to play music for long flights. They dropped this back in 1979 and sold over 500,000 units. That thing went gold out the gate, you feel me? Now, a little bit over 40 years later, the legacy of the Walkman has continued to permeate our hearts and souls, so much so that they've sold over 400 million Sony Walkmans in all of their iterations in that time period. With that being said, two new models of the legendary player are being released. You're going to get the NWZX707 and the NWA306, which the company claims to offer evolutionary sound, quote unquote. And with these new versions, you can either stream the music via Wi-Fi or you can download it to the devices. Now, for those of y'all that have been around long enough to actually have had an MP3 player, then you would know about the Apple iPod and all of its iterations over the years. It's been discontinued, sadly. I was one of them OGs that had that Microsoft Zune thing in rotation, man. I used to load that motherfucker up, man. My homeboy John put me on and I never looked back. So this does pack a bit of nostalgia. This also helps kind of get music off of your phone, allowing you to free up some space, shoot more videos on your phone, more content. As we continue to live on our phones on a day-to-day basis, we do need a way to not have to use them all the goddamn time. It's gonna have your favorite streaming and music apps right on your Walkman, or you can connect it to a PC to access your music collection. Unfortunately, Apple iOS is not mentioned in the compatibility functions, but I'm quite sure they'll have some type of app that you can download or something. I mean, it doesn't make any sense not to. You would alienate a huge population out of your potential consumer base. Now, both models, like I said, there's gonna be the NWA306, which is gonna be your standard consumer version, and then you're gonna have the premium, which is the NWZX707. They're both going to use Sony's artificial intelligence powered Edge AI. So it's going to digitally and accurately upscale compressed digital music files to higher quality. The only problem with these things is going to be the price tag and to see if people really deem this thing as worthy. Now, people that are hipsters or really deep music people that actually need storage space specifically for music outside of just having a hard drive that you could just play it from, pricing is a little bit murky for me. The budget version is going to be around $375 with tax is going to be close to $400, and the premium version is going to be around $788, close to $800. Who has that? You know, when we talk about disposable income, who's really going to put that to the side to get one of these things outside of being able to show it off on TikTok or Instagram? It does seem that the price will eventually come down. These are going to be released exclusively in Japan to begin with. I'm sure they'll make their way around the world, especially to the US at some point, but the first iteration of these new Walkman will only be in Japan. These new models will include a nod to the original Walkman that came out, so it's going to have a special cassette tape player user interface and screensaver. It's going to be interesting to see how many people are actually able to get their hands on this. It's going to be interesting to see how many people actually feel like this is an addition to their music listening experience. My older brother, he's like 5 years older than me, almost 40. He keeps an MP3 player with him at all times. He still likes to connect to the aux and free up his phone. Lately, I've been considering kind of doing the same, but I'm not finna pay $375 or $800 in order to do it. So again, I do think that price point is gonna need to change. It's gonna need to be brought down quite a bit, actually. If you could get it down to $150, $200 in the States, you're gonna be in a good space. If you can get that premium one down to $500 in the States, again, you're gonna be in pretty good shape. Let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comments though. Is this something that you would be willing to purchase? Is this something that if you're traveling and you're in Japan and you happen to see it, would this be an impulse buy? Be sure to like and share this video. Share this with music enthusiasts, people that buy record players, people that are, you know, keeping their old MP3 players, iPod, Zunes, all of those different things up to date and running. If this is something that you're into, it might be worth the purchase. I'll catch you guys on the next one. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell to get all updates, and I will see you guys on the next one. New music coming soon, so maybe I might have something you might want to drop in your Sony Walkman. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.